Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I've finally got round to filming another makeup tutorial, and seeing as it is Christmas party season, I thought Christmas glam would be the perfect thing to do. I decided to do a cool tone glam look as all my other ones have been super bronze, so I really hope you enjoy watching and make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you've liked it. So to start off with, I'm going to use my Urban Decay primer, which is this one here. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of that on my eyelid. And just blend that in with a brush. Now, as you can see, I have already done my eyebrows. I have a tutorial on this which I will link below for you guys, and before I did anything I primed my face with my Bourjois Happy Light primer. As you can see, I'm almost running out because it is amazing. I do love that one. Right, so once I put my primer on, I'm then going to set that just with any white shadow that I have. So I'm just literally picking one up from, what palette is this? This is Meet Matte Nude by the Balm Cosmetics, but it's literally just the white colour in there. So I just want to cover it just to kind of set it so it doesn't move around. So for the majority of this look, I'm going to be using the Mariah Carey palette that she's done with MAC. This one is It's Everything. So there's two different ones and this is this one. So the colours that I'm going to be using from this is this kind of reddy toned one and the slightly darker one. So I'm going to start off with the reddy toned one, and just using a brush, you're basically going to pack it onto your brush and just cover your entire lid. Now, as you can see, I'm literally taking it up to my eye socket because then I'm going to get a brush and blend it out. So you kind of want to do that kind of really unattractive eyeshadow look, just like this. So just covering your entire lid. Like so. And then I'm going to get a fluffy brush. This one is Sigma Small Tapered Blending Brush. And I'm just going to literally blend that outwards. Just going to pick up a bit of the colour on my blending brush just to darken the corner. Now, because I want the corners of this look to be the darkest, I'm going to pick up that darker colour from the palette and pop it in each corner. So I've added some of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Bellini colour in the middle of my eye, just to bring out a gold kind of tone to the look, especially because it's Christmassy. We want there to be a bit of gold in there. So I'm just lightly dusting that on over kind of the inner corner of my eye and bringing it into the centre. And then I'm going to darken up the corner again with the colour from the MAC Mariah Carey palette. So as you can see, there's basically a section in the middle which is, I've left kind of golden, and that is where the big bright gold pigment is going to go, and this is the fun bit. So for this I'm using a Sigma pigment, and this one is Gilded. So it's their loose shimmer in Gilded. So basically what I do is I pop the pigment in the lid, and then I spray it with some makeup setting spray. The one that I'm using is the Estee Lauder makeup setting spray. This is basically, when you wet a pigment, it then becomes like kind of, I don't know what consistency, but it basically makes it really thick, and then it will sit better on your eye and really bring out that bright kind of golden colour. So that is what I'm going to do. So I'm just spraying that. Then I'm going to use a Spectrum Cosmetics brush, just a small one, so that I can really pop it on exactly where I want it to be. And then I'm going to go over that golden kind of bit that I've left on my eye. Anything shimmery like actually excites me. Probably more than it should. So I'm just keeping it, as you can see, to the middle of my eye, because that's where we want all of the party to be going on. And then as it dries, it becomes a little bit more like this colour. And I'm also just going to go over and blend it in, so you kind of like lose the wet look and it kind of sits better, which is a good thing, I think. So yeah, so then I'm just picking up my blending brush. I'm just going to blend out the gold a little bit. And then the other thing I like to do while it is drying, so while it's still a little bit wet, pick up some of the pigment that you've used, but just from the pot, not with makeup setting spray over it, if that makes sense. Just so you can pack the colour on. And because the base is wet, it should just stick on the top anyway, just to really bring it out. So then once you've done that comes the winged liner, which is always everyone's favourite bit. Not. So I'm using my Maybelline gel liner and a NARS angled liner brush here. And we hold our breath. I know this might sound crazy, but I actually think the more glam the look, the easier the winged liner. Because I feel like, I don't know, you can go bigger, which makes the liner easier to do. And because you know you're going to put lashes over it, it's kind of just works out well. So I'm just going to let that dry before I neaten it up. So just neaten that bit up with some concealer and put some mascara on my lashes, and we're now going to move on to the fake lashes, which I'm using the Eldora M102, as they are my favourite for when I think they look really good over winged liner, because they're actually winged, like they're a winged style lash, so it kind of just complements it. As you can see, that Sigma pigment is now dry to match the other side, and it dries in such a nice colour. I literally love it. I think it's so good for, as we say, like a Christmas party glam look. It's such a nice gold. And then I'm just going to pop my lashes on. Do you see what I mean? Because they're winged, they kind of like follow the wing along, which I really like. I think that's why they work so well when you've got like a winged liner look, and for glam, they are insane. Like they're the ones I wear on a night out, 100%. So now that I've done the first bit of my eyes, I'm now going to sort out my face and make it match the rest of my body. So I'm going to use my True Match foundation in N6, I think this one is. Wait, no, I picked up the wrong one. That's not, yeah, no, N6 is my colour. I'm like looking around madly trying to think, is that the one I'm using? It is. Yeah, and then I'm also going to use one of these Estee Lauder Double Wear Cushion Radiant Makeup Sticks, just because to go over and make it extra heavy, because if it is a Christmas party glam look, I want my makeup to be heavy and I want it to stay on all night and all that kind of stuff. So I'm starting off with my L'Oreal True Match foundation. And then I'm just blending it in with my damp beauty blender, trying to avoid, obviously, my eyeshadow and eyebrows, which can be tricky, but it can be done. And then I'm using my Estee Lauder Double Wear stick here, just to go over the top. If you're after a really heavy coverage, then these are perfect, because they are a seriously, like, heavy coverage. They're not going anywhere, that's for sure. And then I'm just using my beauty blender to blend that all in. Then I'm moving on to my concealer, and to start off with I'm using my Erase Paste by Benefit Cosmetics, and then I'm using my Maybelline Eraser, I forget what this one's called, but I will link it below for you guys, and the colour. And then I'm blending it in with my beauty blender. Then lastly for concealer I'm using the lighter shade in my Makeup Revolution palette. This I just feel like, especially if you're doing a really glam look, it really helps to brighten up your face and kind of bring in the tones that you want for like a strong contour. And this palette is amazing and it's super cheap. And then I'm just going in and blending it in with my beauty blender. So once I've blended all of that in, I'm then going to just contour my nose. So for this I'm using this colour from the Makeup Revolution palette. And seriously, that palette is such a mess because I use it so often. And I'm going to use this Iconic London brush, which is the sort of like flat one, just to go down the side of my nose. I'm just going to use a rounded one to blend it in. And then using the lightest colour from that palette, I'm just going to go down the middle of my nose. And just blend that with my beauty blender. Now although this look is super glam, I am going to just powder contour my cheeks. So now I've done all this, I'm going to set my face using my Rimmel translucent powder. So now that we have set my face, I can move on to my favourite bit, which is obviously highlighter. So using my Topshop Glow Pot and my Becca Cosmetics together, of course. If you want an in-depth tutorial on how I do this, I do have a highlighting routine. But yes, I'm going to start with my Topshop Glow Pot and then put the Becca Cosmetics on top. So now that you've highlighted, I'm also just going to pop a little bit above my brow bone. Now I'm going to move on to contour, and I'm using my Anastasia contour kit, which needs a clean, and I'm going to use the middle bottom shade. And then just to overall warm up my face, I'm going to use my Hoola bronzer. Now that we've done the face makeup, we're going to move on to finishing off the eyes. So as you can see, I've just done this one, so I'm going to do the same on this side. So starting off with using that same brush we used to pack the colour onto the lid, I'm going to pick up that kind of brownie colour from the Mariah Carey palette and just pop it on your lower lash line. And then using the same brush that we put the gold pigment on with, and pop that in the middle of your eye. And I'm just going to pat it in just to make sure it's on the lid, the lower lash line. And then just using a pencil brush, I'm just going to go over it and add a little bit more of that Mariah Carey MAC palette colour just over the top, just to blend it all in. And then lastly, just to add extra glam to the look, I'm going to use the Ravishing pigment from Sigma just for the corner of my eye, like I've done on this side. So I'm just going to pick it up on that same brush that we used to apply the gold and just pop it in the corner. I love finishing an eye look with something really bright in the corner because I feel like it just really brings it all together and it makes it look like amazing. I just really like it. Like so. So that is the finished kind of eyeshadow look. I'm now just going to pop some mascara on my bottom lashes and then we're going to move on to lips. So now that the majority of our face makeup is done, I'm just going to set everything with my makeup setting spray. Then moving on to lips, I'm going to use this Huda Beauty liquid lipstick in Medusa and also the lip liner to match. I might go over it with this lippy paint by Tarte, which is in Namaste, but I'm going to do it first and see what it looks like and decide whether I want to add it on or not. I think I'm going to leave it just with this one on, as I think the colours work really well together. So that is the finished makeup look. I've literally enjoyed filming that so much. I feel like it's been forever since I filmed a proper makeup tutorial. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed watching. I've got lots more to come. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And make sure if you recreate this look that you tag me in any pictures you take, because I love to see your selfies of my makeup on other people. It's honestly amazing for me. It's like such a an honour / like it's so flattering. So yeah, so make sure you share them with me and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!